everyone, Leslie Cornwell, Midwifery Business Consultation. This next topic I get asked frequently about, should I get a business partner for my midwifery practice or should I just hire staff, coworkers? And it's a big decision. There's pros and cons to having a business partner, especially if they're a midwife that's doing clinical versus a private investor. So I'm just going to break it down, what you need to think about. You're starting your practice, you're thinking about expanding, you're thinking about bringing somebody on. So we'll go with the direction of a business partner, and we'll just assume this business partner is a midwife, similar skill set to you. You're going to want to make a 50-50 split. You're going to want to have a moderator in your agreement. If you guys disagree on something completely and can't come to an agreement, you want to have a third party, unbiased person you can go to help make a decision for your business. The last thing you want is your business in a halt because there's a major decision that needs to be made and the two of you can't agree. You're not going to have the same opinions on everything. And so you want to have an exit strategy for pretty much everything. You want to have a buy-sell agreement, hypothetically saying this person wants out. What is that going to look like? Are they going to be able to buy their portion of equity that's built up in the business? Are they going to be responsible for the loan, the debt, the part of the business that they're leaving? How are you going to determine their value if they want to leave? And how much time do they get? Is there going to be a penalty if they need to leave in 30 days versus 6 months? So you need to think about, at the beginning, it's kind of like marriage. You don't think about a divorce. You don't think about death. You don't think about these scary things that may happen in the future, but it's so important to have professional adult conversations before it happens as part of being a smart business owner in general. So heaven forbid somebody gets in a car accident and they're disabled. It's so important to have disability insurance for your business partners, to have some sort of revenue, because if you had two business owners and you split up the responsibilities and that person the next day cannot help with that business responsibilities, how is the other owner going to be compensated for that additional cost, overhead? They're going to have to hire somebody to fill in the role of that past co-owner's responsibilities. Heaven forbid they get in a car accident and pass away. They now, as the original business owner, have the entire debt of the practice, or potentially they have a new business partner that's the wife, the beneficiary, whoever was put in their will or their trust, that's going to take over on their estates. So you want to have a discussion. Maybe you two as a personality are great midwives to work together, but you can't stand your partner's husband. Well, if she passes away tomorrow, most likely that husband's gonna be your new business partner. So you need to be really careful when you're thinking and you're bringing on a business partner. There's great benefits to it, but there's also a lot more to think about, a lot more paperwork, a lot more discussions, clear communication in writing at the beginning. I strongly encourage you getting life insurance on each other and being the beneficiaries for each other. Look at it as the overhead debt to the business. How much would it cost to pay off the equity that's built up by that business owner to the family, so they're fairly compensated, and you can buy off the shares, buy off the stocks, buy off the portion of the business that they own. So you need to sit down with an experienced financial planner, an accountant, your mastermind team, and have a conversation and get in writing how the arrangement's going to look. If they want to retire, they want to sell their portion, they want to buy your portion out, they want to make a proposition, they really like the business, they like where they can take it to the next level, and you're so and like, I can start my own, do my thing. You want to have it reverse directions. You want to have in writing different scenarios of buy-sell agreements. So if they come up, you've already decided it'll be based on the building's fair market value, based on what revenue you've been bringing in the last 3 years, how much debt is present on the practice. There's a lot of things to think about if you want to part ways as a business owners, intentionally or unintentionally. So let's talk about the positives of business partners. You have two long-term committed people to this practice. If you hire someone, they're there for a paycheck, they love their job, but they can give their notice. If you have a business partner, they are invested for the long haul. They're going to have a deeper passion, commitment to the mission, the cause. They're creating this business with you, this midwifery practice with you. So you're going to get a lot deeper hard work. They're not getting a salary unless you guys both agree on one. They're getting paid for the profits of the business just like you are. So it's going to be the same level of sweat equity, investment, capital. When someone is purchasing a business and putting in their hard-earned money, versus that you are hiring them and they didn't have any financial investment into the practice, you're going to get a different level of commitment, whether it's good or bad. It's just a matter of what you're looking for. If you want a long-term 2-3 midwives, 3 is kind of nice because you don't have to worry as much about a moderator because it's not the 50-50 split. If something happens to one partner, you're not as stressed with disability and death that you've got 2 other people to fill in the shoes versus it's just, so I think 3 business partners for a midwifery practice, whether it's an MD and 2 CNMs, 2 CPMs, a CNM, CPM, OB, like there's a lot of great combinations with 3 business partners. You just have to get in writing a good protection for your practice, especially as you grow and you get big. You don't want to close overnight purely because someone had something terrible happen to them, someone got burnt out and couldn't take it anymore, and you didn't have these good exit plans in place that just make everything fall apart. So yeah, those are just the things to think about just a little bit when you're talking about pros and cons of being business partner versus coworkers. The hiring and firing you could do with a coworker. You can't hire and fire your business partner. So you have to make sure you're interviewing really well either way, but if it's a business partner, you have to make sure that you guys are very compatible. You have the same mission, you have good financial stability in the backdrops, you have this deeper respect for each other. It's more like a marriage versus just the dating as far as coworkers. You don't have to know their financial background, their responsibilities. They're hired by you to fill your business versus a business partner. You two have created this business together.